There are some moments in life when we must make a choice. However, there will always be consequences. Honestly, I still remember that missed opportunity. Life is complicated, don't you think? You can be on top and then lose everything with just a single mistake. It's a shame. If I had only stayed just a few more minutes, everything would have been so different. I kick myself since then. Come on, take a seat. I think it's time to tell you a story about effort, joy, music, and failure.
Well, maybe it's not as tragic as it sounds, but it is an amusing anecdote after all.
Nice!
It all started when I was 17 years old. As you may not know, I used to play bass on a family band called Boys on Rock. Although I used to play a lot with my friends and family, I have never officially played in a concert. So, as soon as I was told that in my first official concert I would be opening for the famous Chilean band Los Chancho en Piedra, I just couldn't believe it. I've been shy since I was a kid, so when I got the news, I panicked. Nevertheless, I'm a big fan of the band, so I couldn't turn down the opportunity. We spent about a whole month practicing. Day after day, we rehearsed our set list, just that everything would be perfect. When the day came, I remember not being able to sleep. I was too nervous. My brother tried to settle me down, but it was impossible. I can't stand big crowds. Usually, whenever I felt nervous, I would drink a glass of water and that would do the trick. But I knew that if I wanted to get onto stage and sing perfectly, I would have to overcome my anxiety on my own. As the saying says, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? When the MC called my band, my heart went into a frenzy. Shivering, we got on stage and we shouted, "We are Boys on Rock!"
Don't let your kids watch it!
If you thought my story was merely about me singing terribly and forgetting everything, well, you're wrong. Fortunately, it was an amazing show. People were chanting, dancing, and everything went practically perfect. When we got off the stage, people hugged and congratulated us. That's how the evening went on, including the majestic show Chancho en Piedra gave, which closed the night on a high note. What? Did you really think it would end up that way? No! This is not a generic Disney story. Right after that moment, I ran out of luck. When leaving home for many hours, I would always return quickly. So, after the concert was over, I rushed home. When I finally arrived, my parents praised me and I went to get something to eat because I was starving. It was at that moment that everything fell apart. I wish I had never checked my cell phone, because when I did, I noticed that my band was looking everywhere from me. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that for having played at the concert, Boys on Rock had been given access to the backstage, where all the bands were gathered, including Chancho en Piedra.
That's rough, buddy.
Right after reading that, I almost passed out. With my throat turned up from singing so much, I screamed at the top of my lungs and burst into tears on my bed. It was definitely hard to pull myself together after that. Well, as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. Although I didn't get to meet one of my favorite bands in person, I did have a very pleasant experience up on stage. It was truly as if I had been in heaven. I know, it's a pity. I really should have stayed a few more minutes. With hindsight, I was stupid. But now I burst out laughing at that memory.
All around me are familiar faces.
Nowadays, I no longer play with Boys on Rock, but we still practice from time to time. So, who knows? Maybe one day I will have the same opportunity, or maybe not.
No!
In conclusion, a word of advice for life is to never be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because it may cause you to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. With that being said,
アリーベデルチ